Guten Tag. My name is Michael Miller and I'd like to tell you about German natürlich. Perhaps you represent a homeschool co-op and you've sought to get your students fluent in a language and you've had limited choices. Perhaps you've tried computer programs but you find that you're not getting fluent from that. You're not really able to respond. Well, that makes sense. Computer programs can be nice for vocabulary building, but they'll never replace a human being. You need to have a human to engage in a human activity. So computer programs can only go so far. Besides, they're pretty expensive, and I've never met anyone yet who's fluent from any computer program. Perhaps you've tried to teach your own students yourself with your level of language, but you're finding that you're just not quite fluent enough to be able to get them over the hump that they need. And so both of you get frustrated. Maybe you've hired a local person who speaks the language, which is nice, but a lot of times they don't know how to teach beyond, say, kindergarten lessons of colors and numbers. Or maybe you've tried to audit your local high school or junior high school and find that their traditional methods just aren't doing it for you. Well, I've got a solution for you. It's called German natürlich. And basically, I could come to your co-op, your homeschool group, and I can teach them for a crash course. I live in a motorhome, and I can go pretty much anywhere in the country, park this and teach for a couple of months. We can make arrangements, and your students will get fluent fast. Why am I different? First of all, I believe in a natural method. So many of our foreign language programs are based on Latin, or how we learn Latin, which focuses mostly on declining words and tearing apart the grammar and such. But ask yourself this: how did you learn your first language? Let's say English is your first language. How did you learn that? How did you get so fluent in English? Did you use a computer program? Probably not. Did you use a textbook? I doubt that. Did you have some sort of tutor come in? No. Mommy just spoke to you and you got it. And perhaps your mother was not trained in language acquisition. It didn't matter. All that mattered was she spoke to you and you wanted to understand what she was saying. That's the magic of what I do. I speak German in a natural and easy way so that students only have to pay attention to the message, not necessarily to the language. Therefore, a lot of the grammar that slows down students is put in the background. That doesn't mean we never cover grammar, but we cover it naturally the way you pick up your first language. So, we don't expect a brand new baby to start speaking right away, so I don't expect my students to start speaking right away. It takes time. They start listening, the language starts building in their heads, and when they're ready, it will come out, and I'll tell you this, it will come out fluently. I have 30 years of experience. I've written curriculum in the matter and sell that all over the country, and I'm an award-winning teacher. I have recently retired from public schools. Now I'm looking for the next opportunity in my life to keep teaching, but now with the freedom of not having certain regulations in public schools. I want to have the freedom to try anything that homeschoolers or other groups too would be interested in. I could teach business travelers. I could teach film set crews. If there are children on a film set that need to be tutored, I could teach them. I could teach missionary groups. There's other groups that I could teach. If you're interested in a real, natural, human interaction kind of teaching, this may be just for you. You say to me, isn't this going to be a little expensive, having a private teacher come on down? Not necessarily. You see, the way I work it is, it takes the same effort for me to teach 5 students as it does to teach 50. An hour is an hour, no matter how many students I have. And I I could teach 50 students for the same price as I teach 5 students. Therefore, you can spread the cost out a lot more. Everything is negotiable. Basically, in most cases, I'm looking for 25 bucks an hour, let's say 2 hours, so 50 bucks for a 2-hour lesson, which you can have 50 students and each pay $1. And then I need a place to park, a 33-foot motorhome, and hookups. And that's really about it. Although there is a cost of getting me there, especially if I'm far away, but we could work that out. Everything is negotiable. I'm willing to work out all kinds of arrangements for you. So it may be really just what your group is looking for. You may say to me, why German? I say, why not? It's a cool language. Is there anything better about one language than another? I don't think so. You'll love German. Many people speak German, and German is still thought of as the language of science and technology. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My website is GermanNat, so German, N-A-T, so short for natural or natürlich. So GermanNat.com, and you can email me at Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, at GermanNat.com. I hope to hear from you. I'm starting in 2018.